So our task is now division. And we could do long division on this, but there's an even easier way. And so we've got 12x to the fourth plus 24x cubed plus 3x squared divided by 6x. Well, this equals, hey, we can divide every one of those terms by 6x and rewrite it in that manner. 12x to the fourth divided by 6x plus 24x cubed divided by 6x plus 3x squared divided by 6x. So this equals, let's see, 6 goes into 12 twice. So that's going to be 2. And x goes into x to the fourth. One of the x's divide out, and you have an x cubed. Plus 24 divided by 6 is 4. And again, dividing x into x cubed, one of the x's divide out, and you get x squared. Plus, and 3 goes into 6 twice, so that becomes a 1/2. And x goes into x squared x times, so one of the x's divide out, and we get 1/2x, and we're done. Okay, now we're going to do long division, because what we just did previously does not work well, since things will not reduce with this type of problem when we have an expression in the denominator. You know, the sum or difference of a couple of values. So I want to backtrack for a minute. Remember when you divided 2, for example, into 5, and long division says, well, multiply 2 by 2 and you get a 4, and then you subtract, don't you? So, and at some point we even stopped writing down the negative sign, but we really do change the sign and subtract, and we get a 1. So this becomes plus 1 over 2, which equals, in a more conventional form, 2.5. The plus is understood. Okay, now with that said, that's long division. Let's do this. So we've got, there's our quotient, here's our divisor, and here's our dividend. And so we're going to have x plus 8 dividing x squared minus 2x minus 7, 1. So we always key off the leading term, x and x squared. And we ask ourselves, well, what do we have to multiply x by to get an x squared so they'll add out? And we have to multiply by x. That means we have to multiply each term by x. So that's x times x is x squared, and x times 8 is plus 8x. And then we subtract, correct? So I'm going to put a negative sign in front of that just as a reminder. And the x squareds, by design, are going to add out. And this becomes a negative 8x, and we adding that to negative 2x, we get a negative 10x. Keep in mind, see, multiplying that negative times that positive makes that negative. Now we'll bring this guy down, minus 71. And now the question is, well, what do we multiply x by to get a negative 10x? Well, we've got to multiply it by negative 10. And so multiplying that by negative 10, we get negative 10x and minus 80. And then, as always, we subtract. So we change every sign. So this becomes negative 10x plus 10x, because a negative times a negative is positive, and they add out. And this becomes negative 71x plus 80x, because negative times a negative is a positive, And so what we get, 80 minus 71 is 9. So, and that's a positive 9, because this becomes a positive 80. So that's plus 9 over x plus 8. And we are done. That's it right there. Okay.